What up, everybody? It's your boy Adam. I'm back again for the finale. Rise and Grind 35-day challenge. It was day 35 yesterday. And holy smokes, did that turn into one hell of a grand finale. I'll get to that at the end. Kind of came at me out of nowhere, and it couldn't have been planned, and it was synchronistically it just told me everything's on the right track. It was just one of those signs from the universe that I talk about all the time on this channel. One hell of a show. Day 34 was the last time I turned this camera on. That was Thursday. It's now Saturday morning. I got up this morning at 7. So one of the things that I learned, I'm going to do a whole video, by the way, of all the things I learned, what went right, what went wrong. And, but this was a good experience. One thing I learned is that I need to figure out a different routine for the gym, because I was busting it in the beginning of this series. I was still on this kick of working out really, really hard at the gym. And since I stepped back, I did not quit going to the gym. I'm not one of these new year, new me, go to the gym for 6 weeks and then I'm done for the year. Not one of those guys, but I did find out that after my body recalibrated itself after taking a step back from the hard workouts I've been doing, I'm just naturally waking up at like 7 in the morning almost every day now. So it wasn't laziness. It wasn't, it was my body. It was straight up my body telling me you're hitting it too hard, because there were days I could not get up 11 a.m. and I'd be forcing myself to get out of bed because you have to move, dude. You have to do something today. Those are typically the days after a hard workout, but I wasn't giving my body any time to recover between really hard workouts, like riding a bicycle on Monday 25 miles, working at a bakery for 8 hours after that, and then riding a bicycle 25 miles home, sometimes 20 miles home. And then the next day, going to the gym for 3 hours. Then taking Wednesday off. Then going to the gym on Thursday from 4 to 8. 4:30 to 8. So 3.5 hour workout. 2 classes. Friday, going on a 7-mile hike. Saturday morning, going to the gym. And then Sunday taking a day off, and Monday doing it again. The whole thing I just told you. And I thought, if I just keep it up, I'll get used to it. And I really didn't. I did it I was closing in on like 12 weeks of doing that routine or close to it. And my weight wasn't coming down, and my energy was just done. Positively speaking, I'm stronger. My average speed on the bicycle, in spite of not having lost any weight yet, my average speed on the bike is crazy for 6 miles an hour average speed improvement over a span of a few weeks, a couple of months. I didn't do that at all last year. I rode my bicycle 4,000 miles last year, and instead of getting better and faster, I was getting slower and more exhausted from it. So I think I'll figure it out. But this week and last week, I was mostly focused on staying home and putting my head down and getting some things done. It was just, it just had to be done. So yesterday, Thursday, day 34, 2 days ago, my bad, I woke up at 7:30, emailed client, warmed up to stuff, jumped into my to-do list, crossed off some things, pushed up a YouTube video to go live. I'm ready to shoot another one. I shot another one. Spent a little bit of time shit posting on X, because I'm the most shadow banned guy on YouTube now. They let me grow to 1,220 followers, subscribers, whatever you call it, and they put a padlock on my account. No matter what I do, it does not. To not get one new subscriber in 19 months is a shadow ban. And then they gaslight you and tell you that they don't do that, and that they don't lock somebody out, and they don't limit the distribution of your videos and all that. Well, my analytics say otherwise. It's that my analytics tell the story. I said COVID-19 was a scam, all the masks and the vaccines, and I talked about a friend of mine whose dad dropped dead just a few hours after taking his shot. They put a CDC warning about Adam being spreading misinformation on that video, and poof, my channel stopped growing. They turned off impressions and showing my videos to new people, and they just put a big giant padlock on the channel, and it's been like that ever since. So you say the wrong thing on YouTube and you say something they don't like, they don't kick you off, but they try to de-incentivize you to the point where you'll just quit on your own. Well, I'm not quitting, you fucking scumbags. I'm here. But I fucking hate YouTube, and I hate all the people that work for that dirtbag company. Fuck YouTube. This fucking place sucks. And you all, if you're all a fan of this channel, you all hate YouTube too. I'm so sick and tired of these fucking woke dickbags that run this platform. Fuck them. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that today. Shot another one of these rise and grind videos on Thursday. I had a little bit of a glitch. I uploaded the video, but I was at least... I noticed something was amiss when I was done shooting the video, and I'm like, oh no. I thought the audio glitched, or I thought the audio stopped recording, because I noticed that this Bluetooth mic that I'm using here, this DJI mic, I noticed that the little Bluetooth icon in the corner was gone, but it was still recording audio. About halfway through the video, the battery died on the Bluetooth mic, and the phone's microphone took over, but it was out of sync. So it was like watching an old Jackie Chan or an old Bruce Lee movie, or some movie that, some Chinese kung fu movie that was overdubbed in English, and then you hear, and the voice doesn't really line up with the mouth movements, and this time there could be only one. Right? That kind of crap. And so it was all jacked. And so I had, instead of just being able to upload it to YouTube, I was like, that would drive me crazy if I could listen to that, but it would drive me nuts. So I had to open it up in Premiere, resync the audio on the second half, and then upload the video again. That took a little bit of time, but wasn't like a lot of my time. It was just a lot of time waiting for a bar to go across the screen. And do not disturb the Mac. You don't want to get into processor heavy stuff while that's going on, because last thing you want is for your Mac to freeze 75% through saving the video file out. So I had to go back to shit posting on X for another, half hour to an hour. But I've got that process down. I have optimized my efficiencies with shit posting on X. I gained 100 followers in a week, and I'm definitely kicking up my game. I figured out the secret sauce to start growing there. The next piece of my strategery, my 5-point strategery plan, is to start cutting up videos into shorts. These long videos that I do, I'm just going to start cutting them up into shorts. That way I can go back to putting them up on retarded ass TikTok and stupid ass maybe Instagram. I don't know. I'm trying to figure. But definitely I'll start putting them up on dumbass TikTok and then the YouTube shorts. And then there's a couple there were on X. I'll be able to put the short videos on X. And my whole goal is to try and build up. I'm going to try and hit 100,000 followers on X. That's a long-term goal. I think I'll hit 1,000 within a week or two. Maybe 3. By the end of June, for sure. And from there, it'll be 2,500. From there, 5,000. From there, 10,000. 50,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000. Like, I'll just set goals and try to hit them. But it's a snowball effect on X. To get from 0 to 100 took me like 2 fucking years. Going from 100 to 500 took some months. And it would have been faster, but I wasn't even giving a crap about it. I was just letting it happen on its own. And then I went and got 100 more in a week by doing stuff and trying. So I can see where that's going. And so, but I'm still convinced that even if I get 500,000 people following me on X, and I say, come over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel and beat my shadow ban, YouTube will just for every person that subscribes, YouTube will randomly unsubscribe somebody without them unsubscribing it, or YouTube will hide the subscribe button, or they'll play all kinds of fucking shenanigans just to keep my channel count locked at 1,200. 1,220 to be exact. And I just think it's funny that these fucking dirtbags do that shit, and they do it to a lot of people. I'm far from the only one who's going through the YouTube gaslighting bullshit and shadow ban brigade. Yeah, these people can do what they want. It's their own platform, but you do have a fucking monopoly on your hands. And until the dumbass sheep can figure out that there's another, video platform to go out and watch stuff on, we're stuck with this bullshit. So, anyway, I said I wasn't going to do that. So I uploaded a video on Thursday. And then I went back to work for my client. I'm doing some website updates and some stuff like that. And I'm getting more organized, and all these random things in my head that I'm like having a panic attack about, I'm at least able to start organizing it. And I'll sit and have a brain dump I'll just create a project file in my new tracking tool. And I'll just have a brain dump of like all the 20 or 30 to-do list things for that project. And so if you're somebody who's watching this who, I'm gonna get caught up. That's basically what I'm gonna say there. I'm getting caught up. We'll get the train back on the tracks. Things just started to go crazy last year when I moved into that stupid little tool shed and had to start riding my bicycle. Was it 250 miles a week or something to go to that job? It did something to me that took a long time to recover from. And I did what I had to do to survive, but it definitely wasn't helping me thrive. So we're on a different path now. So, which is good. So I'm in the middle of working on some client work yesterday and getting caught up on that stuff, and my best friend pops in. He's like, hey, you want to go see Dave Matthews tomorrow? And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Now, I talked about this on my show a few times. A few months ago, I found out Dave Matthews Band is playing here at the Woodlands over at the Cynthia Mitchell or what pavilion thing. And I'm like, yeah, that would be fun. And I asked my best friend, because he's a fan. I said, hey, you want to go to that show? And he's like, I don't know. I don't want to spend any money, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. And I'm like, all right. And I kind of did the same thing. I'm like, this is one band I've always wanted to see live. And, we're all getting old. So, Dave Matthews got their start when I was getting my start at like 18. So, that could be their last show. You never know. Like, the 2 days from now, I could wake up one day and singer and songwriter Dave Matthews has just died from a heart attack or whatever the fuck, overdose on drugs or too much hookers and blow or whatever he did. And that's that. And I could be like, huh. And I would kind of be like, man, I could have went to that show. So I kept checking the ticket prices, and at first I thought the tickets went up like twice as much as they were originally, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I looked into it more, and I had clicked a link. So tickets are a big scam these days. I had clicked a link in the search results that took me to like one of these scalper reseller sites, and all the tickets were like $150 for the lawn seats, and I'm like, they were like $60 last time I checked. Well, then like a week or two ago, I went to Ticketmaster's website, and they had plenty of lawn seats left, and they were like $60, and I'm like, what? And then I realized that I had done that I had gone to some other website instead of Ticketmaster. And so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, but I got stuff to do, and I'm just like, And I just kind of decided, I thought about going by myself, because I asked a few people here and there if they wanted to go, and they're like, I'm not. So I just kind of was like, I guess I'll just chill at home. Got stuff to do. So Thursday afternoon, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. My buddy's like, hey man, let's go to Dave Matthews tomorrow. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And that was that. And, well, then I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, tomorrow is day 35 of the Rise and Grind Challenge. And I didn't know this. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Number one, when I started this challenge, I started it on a Saturday, and I thought it was going to end on a Saturday. 7 weeks, 35 days. 7 times 5 is 35. But when you count day 1 as the first day, the numbers, everything just, I don't know, the time warp, the way math works and all that, day 35 is on a Friday, not Saturday. And so I should have done the 36-day challenge, but, I wasn't going to just change it halfway through. And I didn't even know until, like, just a few days ago that, 35 is on a Friday. And so it all just kind of, like, I didn't even plan it. I didn't even plan it to end on a Friday. And I definitely didn't plan everything out so that it would end on the day of the Dave Matthews Band concert. And I'm like, well, ain't that some shit? Synchronicity right there. When I started this thing, I started it based on a video I had watched, just a random video from this chick whose videos I watch sometimes. And she had said something in a video about, you just need to, like, you as in everybody watching my video, you just need to take 30 days and grind it out and do as much as you can. And then when it's all said and done, sit back and see what you were able to accomplish. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a plan. But I didn't have a plan. I didn't have any specific thing to focus on. I just decided, give a shit for 30 days. And I'm like, well, 30 days, 30. And I'm like, how about a solid number of weeks? Because 30 days doesn't line. 28 days isn't enough. And I'm like, I can't. So I changed it around. And I'm like, 35 days, 5 weeks, Rise and Grind challenge. And I decided to shoot a little video series, get some more long-form content back up on YouTube, because all I've been doing lately is live streams, a little bit of videos from the park, And it was one of those, I went for a hike in the park or whatever. Maybe I didn't even go on a hike that day. No, I went on a hike that day, but the camera, something wasn't right. I don't remember. I remember sitting at home shooting a video saying, this is what I'm going to do. Go back to the first Rise and Grind video. But I didn't plan this out to end like that. And I feel like, did I accomplish everything I wanted to? No, I never do. So that's like, no surprise there. I'm not I'm not David Goggins and Gary Vee and all these, celebrity douchebag hustle culture assholes. So, I'm of course not. So, but I don't have a Lamborghini in the background, and I'm not telling you, if you're 22 years old and you haven't made your first million yet, you're a lazy piece of shit. Buy my course. That's not what I'm doing here. So, but I'm like, I'm going to see Dave Matthews tomorrow. And so I spent the rest of the day. I shit posted on X. I worked on my client project. I took a frozen pizza break because that's about as much energy as I had to cook a meal. And I'm watching this movie called Just Mercy. I read the book when I was in prison. It's basically about how fucked up I can only handle these kind of things once in a while. It's basically a movie about. Give me a second here. I got too much noise from this mini split. It's a movie about how corrupt the justice system is, but it's a really good book. Really good book. A guy got convicted of murder even though there was 30 people that were with him. He had an alibi of being with a group of 30 people when the murder took place on the other side of town. But, black man in Alabama, guilty! That's it. And he was on death row. And this guy, Brian Stevenson, got him out of death row, but this motherfucker had been on death row for decades. At least 10 years. Spending basically, the good part of his life in prison waiting to get electrocuted or hung or whatever they fucking do in redneck Alabama. And, they were dead set on hanging this guy, and everybody knew he didn't do it. They totally railroaded this guy. Oh, black guy, of course he did it. And so I have a hard time with shit like that sometimes to watch a movie. It'll take me a month to watch that movie because I'm so worked up and angry about how fucking corrupt this country is right now that this whole country needs to be burned to the fucking ground. I mean, throw me back in prison for saying that, I guess. I'm not threatening anybody. I mean, you can't say I threatened a federal office. The whole country, the Washington, D.C. needs to be gone. We need to get rid of that shit. We need to just be separate states again or something. We do not need these satanic billionaire child molesters running our shit. Because they're just running it into the ground. And if they're not even going to go to jail for raping kids, but they're going to put me in prison for 2 years for a fucking tweet, I mean, do the fucking math. This shit's gotta go. This shit's gotta go. We are way, way beyond the shit that the British were doing to the colonists when George Washington and the gang said, all right, we're fucking done here. Get the fuck out. We're way beyond that point. So, anyway, the X obviously is the platform of choice for someone like me, because that's the better place to express my views. And so I'm working on that. And took a little pizza break, watched a little bit of that movie. I can only watch like 20 minutes at a time before I'm ready to just fucking throw down. And I'm just okay. Ironically, I watched a movie called Mercy the previous weekend, which that's a wild shit show of a joyride through our dystopian future if I ever saw one. Basically, when artificial intelligence, when you go in front of an AI judge in an AI courtroom, that's what that movie's about. But it's going to, I keep saying that's where we're going. But it's going to start out with, like, parking tickets. Like, in downtown Pittsburgh, they have a parking ticket court, right? You get a parking ticket, there's a courtroom in downtown Pittsburgh you can go to parking ticket court. I mean, if you're a fucking judge and you preside over parking ticket court, like you made a wrong turn somewhere in law school, like That's like being a doctor who went to medical school and you had to become one of the ass doctors who basically have to stick your hand up people's assholes all day. Like you were that close to being a vagina doctor, a doctor that gets to look at vaginas all day, but all of a sudden you made a wrong turn. Now you're the asshole doctor having to open up assholes and stick your hand up in the poop chute all day. Made a wrong turn in medical school. That's all. God, you didn't pay attention. You failed a test or something. That's what it is when you're a parking ticket court judge. So that's where the AI judge is going to start. They're going to be like, we don't need a fucking real judge for parking ticket court. We'll just AI. Person will just walk up to a TV screen with a microphone and be like, Your Honor, yes. And, you'll be talking to fucking Grok or ChatGPT trying to get out of your parking ticket, right? And then it's going to go from there. Traffic court. You get a speeding ticket. You're going to go in front of the AI judge when you get your speeding ticket, right? And people will accept this. It's going to save the taxpayers so much money. And we can get these cases right off of someone's desk. We don't got no judge that's got to cancel court on Tuesday because he's going on a fishing trip and all that kind of bullshit. AI judge don't take vacations, so that's much more efficient. And then it's going to turn into you're charged with double murder and you're going in front of a fucking AI judge and you've got half an hour to plead your case. And there's an electrocution ring around your neck, and if you can't convince the AI judge you're innocent, and that's it. That's where we're going. But it's going to start. They always start these things off in a way that's acceptable to the public, and then they fucking steamroll over us when it's too late for us to do anything about it. So that's where we're headed. And but mercy, just mercy, it's all the same. It's all, we ain't getting no mercy for the peasants, that's for fucking sure. The only way you get mercy in the justice system is if you're a billionaire who rapes kids. There was a fucking pastor, a mega church pastor, I can't remember his name, I don't give a fuck about it. He just got fucking released from prison after 6 months. He did 6 months in prison for raping a 12-year-old girl. And he raped the girl for years. Like, it said he'd been raping her for 4 years. And I'm like, did the clock start when the girl was 12? Or did the clock start when the girl was 8 years old? So actually, he raped an 8-year-old girl for 4 years, and she happened to be 12 when he got caught raping her. And then he goes to jail for 6 months. 6 months for raping a girl, 12-year-old girl. But she was 8 when he started raping her. So he did 6 months in jail for that shit. And I'm doing the math and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got sentenced to 24 months in federal prison for a fucking tweet. For a Twitter post. I did a Twitter post and got 2 years in prison. But you're telling me I could have raped a 12-year-old girl and got 6 months? I would have been home by now? This motherfucker needs to be burned to the ground. Tell me I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. I'll get one of those signs, put it in front of a little table, and I'll go out on a college campus and say, America needs to be burned to the fucking ground. Prove me wrong. How are you going to prove me wrong? When a megachurch pastor goes to jail for 6 months for raping a 12-year-old girl, and I go to prison for 2 years for a tweet. They could put me back in prison just for complaining about this shit. Fuck them. I'm sick and tired of this fucking shithole. So, that was day 34. I cannot get off this. Would you be able to get off this shit? Would you be able to just put it aside if you did 2 years in federal prison for a fucking tweet and you're watching a mega church pastor go to jail for 6 months for raping a 12-year-old girl? Would you be able to just set that aside and move on? Or would you have to say something about it at this point? Fuck it. I got no fucks to give, baby. You took away my whole fucking life, my career. I'll never be able to get another job again. You threw me out into the fucking street to be homeless for months on end. You took it all away. I'm starting from zero. So you think I give a fuck about any of this shit anymore? I don't have to give a fuck about any of it. I can say whatever the fuck I want because I ain't got no job to lose. I ain't got no skin in the game anymore. There's nothing you can take away from me now. You've already done that. Fuck, man, you don't know what the fuck you just unleashed on this earth. Because I'm done being silent. I'm done being silent. Fuck that shit. I'll say the things that everybody else wants to say, but they're too afraid to say it because I can't lose my job. The child molesting satanic billionaire that runs my company, the CEO, he might get mad if I call him a satanic child molesting billionaire after he rapes a bunch of kids on Epstein Island or whatever the fuck they do. Like, I'm done. I don't have to worry about that shit. Because I ain't going... I got a fucking job lead from Halliburton, and I was like, is the new CEO a war criminal like Dick Cheney was? I guess I didn't get that job. Like, do I want to work for a company like that run by a fucking satanic pedophile war criminal? Do I want to go work for Exxon and then have to keep my mouth shut when they spill oil all over the fucking beach and kill all the seagulls? Like, I can talk about that shit because I don't work for them. And I never will be able to get a job for something like that. But there's a lot of people who work there who probably disagree with the shit going on in their own company, but they're still taking that fucking paycheck and them golden handcuffs and going home to their fancy house in the woodlands and, dealing with their bitchy-ass wife who would divorce him in a second if he spoke up about the criminal shit going on in that company. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have that kind of pressure on me anymore. I can do what I want. I can do what I want now. So I'm gonna. And if my only option in life is to be a professional dickhead on the internet, then, there's worse things you could be. So, day 34. I gave myself on a scale of 1 to 10, I gave myself a rank of a 7 out of 10. I got some shit done. I worked on my client work until about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. So I woke up at 7:30 and jumped right into it. I was working by 8. Was I billable the whole day? Not exactly. I did a lot of different things throughout the day, but I was grinding away from like 7:30, 8 in the morning until almost midnight. And I got a lot done. I was this close to finishing up some prototype designs for a client's website, and I just couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. Like, I literally was just trying to force myself, come on, man, just drag the box to the plot, just copy and paste the box to the other page and fiddle with the text, and you're done, dude. And I'm like, this will take 3 hours because I'm literally falling asleep at my desk. So it's time to go to bed. And I woke up the next morning, which was day 35 of the Rise and Grind Challenge. I did wake up at 9. I did kind of get up. I got up at 6 or 7, but I kind of snoozed and went back to bed. I was up and ready to work and sitting down at 9. Got down to business. Went right into the shit posting routine on X. Just to start the day, I went from 500 to 600 followers in like a week. That's almost half of my YouTube shadow ban number right there. Give me like 2-3 more weeks, I'll be surpassing the follower count on YouTube over on X. So follow me there. That might be my central hub from now on. It's getting to that point. Long form videos don't do very well over there, so I'll have to put them here, but I'm going to have to start backing everything up to Rumble because these fucking YouTube scumbags, it's only a matter of time before I just disappear from YouTube forever because that's what they do when you say things they don't like. And they definitely don't like being called a bunch of woke dickbags. So, just a bunch of censorship-riddled woke dickbags. The only thing they want you doing on YouTube is, if I were to, like, go out and pay $1,200 for a fucking hobo outfit to go to Coachella and walk around in the desert with a fucking selfie stick, at a concert for 3 fucking days, not even paying attention to the concert because, you know, I'm an influencer. Look at me. I'm an influencer. Look at me. Look at my $1,200 Versace hobo outfit. You know, like, that's what they want you to fucking put on YouTube now. They don't want you to put anything real. They don't want to talk about real shit on this fucking shithole. So, there we go. I keep saying, but I gotta stop. I gotta stop doing that. So, day 35. Like I said, got down to business. Shit post. I'm a professional dickhead now, and I'm gonna get paid for that. That's my goal in life now. I optimized my shit posting process to the point where if I spend 15 minutes on it, I'm getting 30,000 impressions from it. From a 15-minute blitz now is getting me 30,000 views and 10 to 20 new followers just for a 15-minute shit posting blitz because I've gotten so good and fast at it. So, crossing over from 10,000 impressions per day into the 20,000, 30,000 impression per day mark. Had one day where I got 185,000 impressions, but that was just from a banger of a reply on someone else's post. But that's how you grow your X account. You don't post to your own timeline. Nobody will ever see anything. You're just throwing worms into a toxic waste dump of a pond with no fish in it. You got to go to someone else's pond to go fishing if you want to catch anything on X. So then I just dug into that freelance work again, and so I finished the prototypes that I was doing the night before. Lickety split. The stuff that I would have been able to do, I got it done. And hold on a second. All right, I'm back. You know how it is. You wake up early in the morning, you have them first 2 sips of coffee, and then there's a knock on the door, and you gotta go. All of a sudden, you gotta go drop the kids off at the pool because they're getting restless, and so they're all out swimming now. I don't gotta worry about that for a while, and we're back. So. Talk about shit posting. And so my X account is growing. I dug into my freelance work, and I finished the design side of some stuff, sent that off to the client. Had a meeting with the client because he had a bunch of other stuff he wanted me to look at, talk about. And so there's that. And then I kind of reached a point where I had to cut off for the day and, maybe take a few notes for what I need to do today, which was yesterday, and just get ready to go chill and watch some Dave Matthews Band. It was like the perfect ending to this 35-day challenge, and so I'm kind of formulating some notes. Probably tomorrow at some point I'll do a summary video of here's everything I learned and here's what worked, here's what didn't work, here's what I learned, what did I do, what did I not do, but we all know how it ended. And with that, I think I really don't got much else to say. Yesterday, I rank on scale of 1 to 10. I haven't even given myself that yet. I never gave myself a perfect 10. I gave myself a 9 on one of the days. Back on day 23, I did a lot. And it was surrounded by a couple of 8s. There were some 8s in there. A 9. A lot of 6s. A lot of 5s and 6s. A few 7s. There was a 4. I had a 4. I dropped the ball on one day and I gave myself a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10. And that's just, gut feeling. How do I feel like it went yesterday? I was like right down the middle. It's like a 5 because, I left, or I had to get moving. There was bad traffic on my way to my friend's house. We decided to take one vehicle to the concert so that we didn't have so whatever clusterfuck that we'd get into looking for a parking spot, we'd only get into a clusterfuck with one vehicle. And so that was good. And so I learned all the secrets about going to a show down there and where to park for free and how to make it work. They've got this big giant concert venue in the middle of the woodlands with no parking anywhere. No place to fucking park, and all the parking lots it's basically it's in the middle of the woodlands, and it's surrounded by, like, there's a mall and a bunch of other businesses everywhere and shopping plazas and stuff like that, and they all have big giant signs, don't park here for a concert or you'll be towed. Well, where the fuck are you supposed to park? Dumb motherfuckers in Texas, man. I'm telling you, these hillbilly retards don't fucking think things through when they build some shit. I've talked about, we've got a bridge on Route 45 going over Spring Creek. It's one of the bottlenecks on my way to and from. If you look on Google Earth or satellite view or whatever the fuck, and you count the lanes, the bridge going across that creek has like 26 lanes. Like 26 fucking lanes. You can be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the feeder road. There's 7 more for the left side of the highway. Then there's like 8 more over here. And then 6 more over here. All going across this fucking creek. And they're like, fuck a sidewalk. Fuck them motherfuckers. Fuck a bicycle. Fuck them fags. We don't like bikers down here. Fuck them fags. So that's what they do. And Texas sucks. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Texas. And so yeah, let's build a big concert venue in the middle of the woodlands that seats, 50,000 people or however many people can sit in that fucking thing. Oh, but we don't got nowhere for them to park. First of all, we make a city where you can't go anywhere without a car, because fuck those fucking peasants who walk and take a bicycle, and fuck public transportation. We don't do that here. But then we'll build a big venue to have a concert and have nowhere to fucking park. Fucking idiots. Fucking idiots, man. But we found a place to park. And when we came back, the vehicle was still there. It wasn't towed. So we know what to do next time. But Texas, man, this state's full of fucking retards. There's some good people here, and I mean, you can meet good people anywhere you go. But Texas is run by some complete fucking retards. Anyway. Let's see. So, yeah, there was that. I mean, really, there's nothing else to talk about. Day 35, it's over. Challenge accepted. Challenge completed. And the grand finale was last night. And I'm just going to leave you with that. So, enjoy. And we'll talk again when I shoot the wrap-up video. Peace out.